This is Gangsta with my health, where we bring every average everyday people here to kind of talk about their experience, what they've been through, how they have elevated, went to the next level, and they can be an example for you. Okay, so we got a special guest today in the building.
My name is Akeem of Earth. I am a vessel for source. I say that. I'm a photographer, videographer, filmmaker, and I just allow consciousness to come out of my being. So that's who I am. And this is how I got gangster with my health.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So today I want to speak about my mental and spiritual health. And I think that when it comes to transformation, you have to kind of crash and burn before you rise like a phoenix. So that's anything that you're doing. And I think I know that I want to say heartbreak is what drew me away from my habits and forced me into another space where I had to see.
That heartbreak is a cold one.
Yeah.
that heartbreak could be a cold one. Yeah, I think that may be a one for a lot of people right there. That heartbreak.
Yeah, and especially for us men, because from our perspective, we don't really get cheated on. We feel like the women are always faithful and blah blah blah. But that's just something I really had to experience, and from that, I was so hurt that I didn't really want to have anybody else hurt, especially from my actions. So I went on a quest. I started listening to Marvin Gaye. I never listened to a whole.
Oh shit!
I listened to all the oldies. So, artists that I would just hear the singles on the radio and leave it alone. But
yeah,
when I started diving deeper into older music, the first thing I noticed was how men were so reluctant, or not reluctant. They were so ready to speak on love. They were ready to go deep into their feelings, and this is not a concept that I grew up with the music I was listening to. So from there, it just kind of led me to opening my heart and opening myself to more of life. And I would honestly say that led me to a place where I was so open that I wanted to try a medicine that would liberate me from my box.
Okay.
I think that we're all in this, and one day or another, you're going to break out the box, and you're going to see what's outside the box. And what's going to be outside of the box is you. So this medicine showed me who I actually was, and also showing me that who I was before this moment was not really me. So I want to definitely say that.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Of course.
The moment when you broke into what you call actually your true self or whatever, just describe that revelation to the people.
I felt a feeling that I never felt before, which is sickening. I think that at the age of, I think I was like 22, 23, I don't think I should be 23 experiencing myself for the first time. So it was just very alarming. It was a little scary. It was scary because we don't like change. So when I don't recognize something, I get, as humans, we just kind of get a little weird and kind of want to know, okay, what is this before I step into it? But I was thrown into it. It was the scariest and easily the most liberating feeling I've ever experienced.
Right. So, at the same damn time.
And again, that experience in itself will throw you all the way out of your habits and your things that you feel is life when really it's not. I think that.
So let me ask you this real quick. So when you talk about your past and things, what did you consider life? What was life to Keem back in the day before you became enlightened and who you are today?
So life for me was going to my job, whatever job that was, because I didn't really care what I was doing as long as I earned money. And I threw a lot of parties, tons of parties. I would get drunk and high every weekend and throughout the week. I ate chicken boxes and Philly cheesesteaks. You know, hot dogs, living life, you know, just living. But I was just doing, I was doing what I was told,
Okay, right.
and now I'm living for myself, and
Mm,
I'm getting that direction from a higher part of myself versus a higher part of my external self, which is we call government.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So talk to us about, I mean, talk to us about life today.
So so so
What is, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, so what is life like? I mean, as far as you finally made that transition
Hmm.
over into pretty much, and you know, you got people all the time who will tell you that they their purpose, or, you know, because we don't want to talk over the people's heads. If there's a person out there who feels like they haven't found their purpose yet, how would you actually tell them what are the steps to doing that? Let's break it down. Like what? And I know it's not one way to skin a cat, but tell us your experience. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that is a really good question because I recently came to a realization about that, and I
Okay.
think that we all have the same purpose. We have different passions, and
Mm,
I think that everybody's purpose, you're here to help somebody else, whether
mm.
you being a camp counselor at a ski resort, and your main job is to get the kids from up the mountain to the down to the mountain. That's your job.
Right.
Or you're working at a homeless shelter, giving away dinners. However way it is, you're here to help someone else, and then it's about figuring out your passions. Now the way to figure out your passion is we can go to a quote, my quote, and one of my favorite quotes that I
Okay.
ever made up, and that quote is exploration is enlightenment. And
Mm.
when we say enlightenment, I don't mean high consciousness. We're just talking about the enlightening of your being. So when we're talking about that, we're just talking about you bringing forth new concepts, new realities, and that's kind of what I did. I began to find out, okay, what am I good at? What makes me smile really really hard? You know what
Right.
what what uh what gets me, what really gives me the feeling where I can't wait to go back. And the first thing
Mm.
it was for me was photography.
Mm.
I would literally take a picture, and when I saw it was a good picture, I would just laugh. I would just I would have emotional reactions that I
Wait.
couldn't explain.
Let. By the way, people, if you don't know, this dude, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of I know a lot of people that do a lot of different kind of stuff. This dude, as far as photography, videography, he's the best I know, hands down. This dude
Uh,
working
thank you.
it's immaculate. You know what I mean? It's this guy really has a true talent and a true gift. And if you don't know what I mean, yo, go visit his page, okay? And he
Yeah.
will be shooting some of these gangster holistic commercials. So y'all in for some all right.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So hey, look, check this out, man. So, okay, when you said you started to discover yourself, and a lot of the things and the concepts that you were taught were maybe really not in alignment with your true soul. Now, you talked about a quote. Now, one of my favorite quotes is by an author named Suzar, and this is the quote. And I want to know what you think about it. So the
Okay.
quote says this. It says, "The truth is so unbelievable that it's not believable."
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I do resonate with that 100%. And my take on it is that when you get to certain places within your consciousness, it's so far off from what you were taught or what you believed before that for me with this quote, trying to explain it to somebody is and that's where I'm getting to. I'm getting to a point where synchronicities and things are happening so deeply that to explain it, you probably wouldn't believe it.